Hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to an in-your-face episode that's going to actually deal with Minecraft. This is one of those episodes that, let's turn back the clock, okay? Let's turn back the clock. I'm introduced to Minecraft years ago. I can't remember exactly what year, but I know that at that time, the game was still, it hadn't went really live yet, and Mojang hadn't really taken it live yet. It hadn't quite, I guess it was still technically at like beta form still. And you guys have heard me mention this. You would kill a zombie and a feather would drop. I remember when they added in the Ender Dragon, and when you would take down the Ender Dragon, and it had this really, what they now call the end poem. I remember when they added steps. I know, like, what? Yeah, they added in steps. I remember that. God. I remember when they started adding in horses and things like that. So Minecraft was changing at this time. And this was long before Microsoft owned it. Shoot, I actually remember a time when there wasn't exactly a creative mode. You would put it on peaceful, and then what you would do is you would type in these codes, and it would give you the blocks that you needed to do your, if that was like your creative. And one of the things I used to love doing with that in those old worlds is I would load all of this TNT into a world. I mean, I'd just cover a map, flint and steel, and then boom, the whole thing would shut down. It would kick me out of that particular world, and I'd have, because my computer just could not. It was a good computer too, so it wasn't like it was a, I think that computer was only maybe like a year old by that time, something like that, a couple years old maybe, but you get the idea. So we're talking that, I remember the early days of Minecraft. So by this time, I think it's safe to say, if you go that far back and remember, I think you guys are going around calling us the OG Minecraft players, okay? And I appreciate that, thank you. So now that we've got that established, we're talking, this is old school stuff. We asked the question, what is Minecraft? What is Minecraft? Okay. And to me, the original Minecraft, I don't care if you play Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft Legends, whatever, I don't care. That's to me is so totally separate. If you're playing Minecraft, the original, whether it's Java or Bedrock Edition, that's still based on the original. Even though it's changed that a whole lot. It's still based enough on the original, in my opinion, that let's break down what the game title says. Minecraft. You're literally mining and crafting your story. To me, Minecraft, isn't PvP battles. It isn't build-offs. It's you crafting, mining and crafting your story as you see it, okay? That is the whole point of it. If you take the opportunity to read the end poem, you'll kind of see what we're talking about. There's another channel that literally went over this. I'm like, God, I remember that. I remember sitting there reading the whole thing because it was just so intriguing. If you've not seen it before, it's definitely, I'm sure someone's got it here on YouTube. Just look at it, It's worth the read. I've read it 3 times, and every time it's just like, it's so exciting. I really, really get something out of it. So now you guys know where I stand on that. And doing the build stuff, because I know some of you do like doing build-offs and things like that, or you just want, doing what you do, okay? And don't get me wrong, all I'm doing is, number one, it's like Bob Ross meets Minecraft, but at the same time, I'm showing you guys, simple builds, stuff that, it looks good, it looks elaborate, but it's really not. okay? Because let's face facts. What is, Minecraft is really just playing with pixelated blocks, okay? That's really about it. It's playing with blocks for gamers, okay? And how do you make playing with blocks look good, all right? So, that being said, I've kind of promised myself as I was going into this series, I was going to keep it as, doing this series, I was going to keep it, number one, very chill. There wasn't going to be like this whole competition thing. I just refuse. I'm just, to me, you could, oh, I can build a better house, fine, whatever. Your pixelated block house looks better than mine. Whoop-dee-doo.
You bore me.
Oh, I can outdo you in PvP. I really don't give a rat's ass. That's just kind of how I am about it. I'm too chill. To me, Minecraft is where I go, and I just kind of decompress from the world. It's a game that I use to just kind of chill out and just vibe right, So, all of this now being said, I have my thoughts and feelings about the game, and to me, that's just the way it is, It allows me to be creative, and, I'm just sharing that with you guys. So, there have been a few people that said, yo, I can outbuild you, but whatever, man, I really don't care. However, there's a fine line we cross, and what's got to push my buttons when a family member does it. That's right, y'all know about the little video my sister put up, top this Prince Magnum. Basically, here's my village, beat that Prince Magnum. And I'm like, okay, you done did it now. Normally, I don't get involved in something like this. One building is all it's going to take. And you're going to see this. Now, bear in mind, the video footage for this has been sped up ×4. Okay, it's been sped up ×4. And understand that this is my one and only time I will do anything like a build-off or PvP. This is it, okay? Because I've explained what it is, but when you have a family member that crosses a line, this is one of those moments where Big Brother's got to do what Big Brother does. And unfortunately, because she did it on YouTube, y'all get to see the end results. So, without further ado, here's the video footage.
Alrighty, folks. Here we are back at the house that we built. And the video that you just seen was sped up ×4 because it took a little while to not only get the resources but to actually build the house. A grand total of about 45 minutes to actually build this little house. Let's talk about really quick what you actually just saw. Let's begin with the inside. Double doors. I threw a smoker down, cauldron, obviously some of the usual things you would usually see in a Minecraft house. Even did the checkered floor. Now obviously at a later date we'll put more furnishings in here, and we'll add some more stuff like that at a later date. But using the barrels, turning them on their sides and using them as cabinets, that's awesome. Okay, that's actually something that I learned, I would say probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago. And of course the chest at the end of the bed, you know, like a footboard, that just made sense, you know, to have some fun with that. The double bed, so if you were in a double world, you know, that too also made sense. Adding the balcony, which you could probably use some rails, but for right now, it's pretty cool just the way it is. So, in essence, we have created a very, very nice furnished home. My sister, when she made the mistake of actually, you know, saying, hey, you know, outdo this, none of her homes were furnished. It's a ghost town. And eventually I plan on spawning villagers in this town without question. I thought it would be kind of fun to spawn villagers. Alright? And, you know, it stands to reason, you know, if I wanted to make it a village, it's going to need villagers. My sister is unable to do that because she's not bothered to furnish a dang thing in that town. Along with that, everything that I seen in that town looked pretty much like what everybody else is doing, which is what I tell you guys not to do. You know, I tell you guys, you know, do your own thing, make your Minecraft world your own, that sort of thing. You know, I try to tell you guys, make it special. The design that you actually see, I don't know if anybody else has done it. I'm sure there has. I've just not seen it, but it's a style that I developed way back, again, when there was no creative mode. You actually had to put your world on peaceful and type in the squares and blocks that you needed. Back then, we didn't even have steps. You literally had blocks and you would stack them. Well, I'll just kind of show you. You would kind of stack them where it was like that. And you had to jump, or you had to use the planks. You had to use the half wooden planks, which that of course came, you know, that came not too long after I first started playing. So back then you had to jump on the blocks that you were using as stairs to go up to a second level. So this style I developed back then, and I will admit in the initial, you know, building of the video, I did forget that corner, so I had to come in and actually build that corner there. And this is based on a castle style that I have done numerous times in the past. A lot of fun to build, and the largest one I've ever built was, I think it was about 6-7 stories high. Okay, so we went from my sister, you know, my sister in her challenge, to no furnished houses, a village that looks like everybody else's, using the same build styles and everything that everybody else uses, to me, who has a fully furnished house in about an hour. And quite literally, it's different, it's artistic. I've added some of my own flair, things I've picked up along the way, seen other people do. I think it stands to reason that the OG player just came in and showed what was what. So I think it was fitting at the beginning of the game that when we seen that my sister, we talked about my sister making that challenge. I think this is appropriate at this point. Because her village was dead on arrival against one of the older players of the game. So, as a reminder to everyone, I don't normally believe in doing, build-offs, and this is my one and only build-off I will ever do, because to me, Minecraft should be, without question, this version of Minecraft should always be you mining and crafting your own story. And that's where I stand on that. Normally, this is where I would usually kind of say some things, but no, this was a disrespect to a game that I enjoy, where I come and let loose into the world, let loose sometimes the cares of the world, and I craft my own story. So I ask that all of you respect that, because I will never, ever be doing another build-off again. If nobody has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
You hear me? Wrong. This is wrong, my brains are